You believe the world rewards kindness. You believe honesty is always the best policy. You believe that if you work hard and play fair, success will find you. Let me tell you something, my friend. The powerful do not share your beliefs. I am Niccolo Machiavelli. 5 centuries ago, I wrote what many called the most dangerous book ever written. They banned it. They burned it. The church condemned it. Why? Because I revealed what the powerful have always known but never speak aloud. I did not invent these tactics. I merely observed them. I watched princes rise and fall. I studied emperors, popes, and warlords. And I discovered something remarkable. Those who hold power, who shape nations, who bend reality to their will, they all use the same strategies. Today, I will share with you 7 tactics that every powerful person uses, not the tactics they admit to in interviews, not the strategies they write in their memoirs, but the real methods they employ in the shadows of their success. Some of you will be disturbed by what I reveal. Good. Discomfort is the price of awareness. Others will recognize these tactics immediately because you have been their victim. Even better, understanding the game is the first step to playing it. Let us begin. Tactic first, control the narrative. The first tactic of power is this: he who controls the story controls reality. Listen carefully. Facts do not matter as much as you think. What matters is the story people believe about those facts. The powerful understand this deeply. They do not simply act. They frame their actions. They do not merely succeed. They control how their success is perceived. Look at any powerful leader throughout history. Before they seized power, they seized the narrative. They told a story about themselves, about their enemies, about the world, and people believed it. Why does this work? Because human beings do not think rationally. We think in stories. We remember narratives, not data. We are moved by emotions, not logic. The person who can tell the most compelling story will always defeat the person who merely has the facts. In your own life, you see this every day. The colleague who gets promoted is not always the most competent. Often they are simply the best at framing their competence. They tell the right story to the right people at the right time. The politician who wins is not the one with the best policies. It is the one who tells the most emotionally resonant story about the future. So how do you control the narrative? 3 principles. First, speak first. The first story people hear becomes the truth they measure all other stories against. When something happens, the powerful do not wait to respond. They immediately frame the situation on their terms. Second, speak simply. Complexity confuses people. Simplicity persuades them. The most powerful narratives can be understood by a child. Make people feel, not think. Third, speak constantly. Repetition creates reality. Say something enough times, through enough channels, and it becomes true in the minds of the masses. The powerful know that attention is currency, and they spend it wisely. Remember, in the game of power, perception is not everything. It is the only thing. Control the story, and you control the game. Tactic second, strategic friendship. The second tactic is perhaps the most misunderstood. The powerful keep their friends close and their enemies closer. You have heard this phrase before, yes, but do you truly understand it? Most people think friendship is about affection. The powerful know it is about utility. They ask not, do I like this person, but rather, what can this person do for me? What can they do against me? This is not cynicism. This is clarity. Look around you. Every person in your life serves a function. Some provide emotional support. Some provide information. Some provide access to resources or other people. Some provide nothing but drain your energy. The powerful are deliberate about who they allow into their circle. They cultivate relationships like a gardener cultivates a garden. They plant seeds where they need them. They water what serves them. They ruthlessly pull weeds that threaten their growth. But here is the genius of this tactic. The powerful befriend those who could become threats. Why? Because a potential enemy at your table cannot stab you in the back. Keep them close. Feed them. Make them dependent on your generosity. Bind them to you with obligations and favors. When someone could harm you, you have 3 options. Destroy them, which creates martyrs and enemies. Ignore them, which allows them to grow strong. or befriend them, which neutralizes them entirely. The third option is always the most elegant. Now, let me be clear. I am not telling you to be false. Authenticity has its place. But I am telling you to be strategic. Every relationship is an exchange. Make sure you understand what is being exchanged. Who in your life serves your goals? Who undermines them? Who could become either one depending on how you treat them? The powerful answer these questions honestly. Then they act accordingly. In my time, I watched princes who surrounded themselves with family and friends based on affection alone. They did not last long. The princes who thrived surrounded themselves with the most capable, most useful, most strategically valuable people. Regardless of personal feelings, your network is your net worth. Build it strategically, not emotionally. Tactic. Third, calculated generosity. The third tactic is one the powerful would never admit. Give to control, not to help. You see, most people misunderstand generosity. They think the powerful are selfish. Sometimes they are, but more often they are incredibly generous. The difference is intention. When an ordinary person gives, they give from the heart. When a powerful person gives, they give from the head. Every gift is an investment. Every favor is a future obligation. Every act of generosity is a strategic move. Why does this work? Because humans are hardwired for reciprocity. When someone gives us something, we feel indebted. We feel we owe them. This feeling is powerful, and the powerful exploit it masterfully. Look at any billionaire. They do not hoard every dollar. They give millions to charity. They fund scholarships. They build hospitals. Are they being kind? Perhaps. But they are also being strategic. Their generosity buys them influence, reputation, tax benefits, and loyalty. Look at any great leader. They reward their followers lavishly, not because they are generous souls, but because loyalty must be purchased. People follow those who provide for them. But here is the critical nuance. The powerful give selectively and visibly. They do not scatter their generosity randomly. They give where it will create the most obligation, the most loyalty, the most return. And they make sure people know about their giving. Invisible generosity is wasted generosity. The powerful understand that the perception of their kindness is as valuable as the kindness itself. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine you want to influence someone. You could demand their support, which creates resistance. Or you could do them a favor first, which creates obligation. The second path is always more effective. The powerful are always thinking 3 moves ahead. When they give you something today, they are already planning what they will ask from you tomorrow. Does this make generosity manipulative? Only if you view human nature with naivety. All relationships involve exchange. The powerful simply acknowledge this reality and use it consciously. So here is your lesson. Be generous, but be strategic. Help those who can help you. Give where it will create the greatest return. And never, ever give without expecting something in return. Even if that something is simply goodwill, reputation, or future leverage. Generosity is not weakness. When used strategically, it is one of the most powerful weapons in your arsenal. Tactic 4th, emotional distance. The 4th tactic is perhaps the most difficult for most people. Master your emotions, or they will master you. Let me be direct. Emotion is the enemy of power. When you feel deeply, you think poorly. When you react emotionally, you act foolishly. And when you act foolishly, you lose. The powerful understand this. They may feel emotions, but they never let emotions make their decisions. They maintain what I call strategic detachment. They see the world clearly because they are not blinded by feeling. Think about the last time you made a terrible decision. Be honest. Were you thinking rationally, or were you angry, hurt, afraid, proud? Most of our worst mistakes come from emotional reactions, not rational thought. Now think about the most powerful people you know. How do they behave in crisis? They remain calm. They think before they speak. They never react impulsively. This is not because they are cold. It is because they are disciplined. Emotional control serves 2 purposes. First, it protects you. When others are panicking, you are planning. When others are reacting, you are strategizing. Clear thinking in chaos is an enormous advantage. Second, it intimidates others. People fear what they cannot rattle. When you remain unmoved by threats, insults, or manipulation, you project an aura of strength. Others will think twice before challenging you. But here is what most people get wrong. Emotional distance does not mean showing no emotion. That would make you seem inhuman, and people distrust the inhuman. No, the powerful show emotions strategically. They display what serves them and hide what weakens them. They show confidence to inspire followers. They show anger to establish boundaries. They show compassion to build loyalty. But they never show fear, doubt, or desperation. These emotions invite attack. Let me give you a historical example. When Julius Caesar was kidnapped by pirates, they demanded a ransom. Caesar laughed at the amount and told them to ask for more, because he was worth more. Then he joked with them, exercised with them, and told them he would crucify them all when he was free. They thought he was joking. He was not. When he was released, he did exactly as he promised. He hunted them down and crucified them. But he showed them mercy by having their throats cut first, because they had treated him well during his captivity. This is emotional mastery. Caesar felt fear and anger, certainly, but he never showed weakness. He turned a situation of powerlessness into a display of dominance through pure psychological control. Your emotions are information, not instructions. Feel them, acknowledge them, but do not obey them. Make decisions from a place of cold calculation, not hot reaction. In a world of emotional chaos, the calm person is king. Tactic 5th, flexible morality. The 5th tactic is the one that made my name infamous. The ends justify the means. Let me be very clear about what I mean, because this principle is widely misunderstood. I am not saying you should be cruel for the sake of cruelty. I am not saying you should betray without reason. I am not saying morality does not matter. I am saying this: when necessary, the powerful D. Oh, what must be done, regardless of how it appears. Most people are paralyzed by the need to be seen as good. They would rather fail with honor than succeed with questionable methods. This is noble. It is also foolish. The world does not reward the most moral, it rewards the most effective. History is written by winners, not by the righteous. Let me ask you something. If you could save your family by lying, would you tell the truth? If you could protect your people by breaking a promise, would you keep your word? If you could secure your future by playing dirty against someone playing dirty against you, would you choose purity? The powerful answer yes to these questions, not because they lack morals, but because they prioritize outcomes over optics. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Every powerful person you admire has done questionable things. Every successful business has made ruthless decisions. Every great nation has committed acts it would rather forget. This is not a flaw in their character. This is the price of power. The key is this: be as good as you can be, as often as you can be. But when circumstances demand it, be willing to do what is necessary. And here is the crucial part: when you must act questionably, do so decisively and completely. Half measures create problems. If you must betray, betray thoroughly. If you must strike, strike fatally. If you must be ruthless, be so ruthless that you never need to be ruthless again. The greatest sin is not doing something questionable. It is doing something questionable ineffectively, so that you must keep doing it. Now, some of you are thinking, but Machiavelli, what about karma? What about conscience? Let me tell you about conscience. Conscience is a luxury of the secure. When your survival is at stake, when your people depend on you, when everything you have built could crumble, your conscience beckons. Mes remarkably flexible. Does this mean abandon all principles? No. It means recognize that principles are tools, not chains. Use them when they serve you. Set them aside when they endanger you. The powerful understand that morality is contextual. What is right in peace may be wrong in war. What is wrong in abundance may be right in scarcity. Rigid morality is for those who can afford it. So here is my advice: know your values, but hold them lightly. Be willing to adapt them when reality demands it. The most successful people in history were not the most consistent. They were the most adaptable. Remember, it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. It is better to be effective than ethical if you cannot be both. It is better to win with questionable means than lose with pure ones. The choice is yours, but understand the choice. Tactic sixth, strategic patience. The sixth tactic separates the truly powerful from the merely ambitious. Strike when the time is right, not when the emotion is strong. Patience is the most underrated weapon in the arsenal of power. In a world of instant gratification, the ability to wait, to endure, to delay satisfaction. This is extraordinary power. Most people cannot wait. They want results now. They want revenge immediately. They want success today. This impatience is their downfall. The powerful think differently. They understand that timing is everything. A move made too early fails. A move made too late misses the opportunity. But a move made at exactly the right moment? Unstoppable. Think of the predator in nature. The lion does not chase every prey it sees. It waits, it watches, it studies the herd. And when the perfect moment arrives, when the weak one separates from the group, when the conditions align, then it strikes, swiftly, decisively, successfully. This is strategic patience. Let me give you a P. Principle. Never interrupt your enemy when they are making a mistake. When your opponent is self-destructing, your job is to stay silent and let them continue. Do not intervene. Do not correct them. Do not show your hand. Wait. When someone wrongs you, do not react immediately. Your anger wants instant revenge. But instant revenge is usually poorly planned revenge. Wait. Let time pass. Let them forget. Let their guard drop. Then, when they least expect it, when you have prepared perfectly, when the moment maximizes your advantage, then you act. I watched many princes fall because they could not wait. They seized power too early, before they had the support. They attacked enemies too soon, before they had the strength. They revealed their plans too quickly, before they were ready. And I watched many princes rise because they mastered the art of waiting. They endured humiliation until they could respond overwhelmingly. They accepted temporary setbacks to position themselves for permanent victory. They played the long game, while others exhausted themselves in short sprints. Here is another aspect of strategic patience. The powerful endure discomfort that others cannot tolerate. They accept being misunderstood. They accept temporary failure. They accept looking weak when they are building strength, because they know that judgment comes at the end, not in the middle. Most people need constant validation. They need to be seen winning at every moment. This need forces them to make suboptimal moves just to maintain appearances. The truly powerful are comfortable being invisible until the moment of triumph. Let me be practical. In your career, do not fight every battle. Choose carefully. Some fights are not worth winning. Some arguments are not worth having. Save your energy for the battles that matter, and when you fight those battles, fight them with overwhelming force. E. In your relationships, do not respond to every provocation. Some people want to drag you into chaos. They want you to react emotionally. Deny them this satisfaction. Wait, observe, understand their patterns, then respond strategically, not emotionally. In your goals, do not expect overnight success. Real power is built slowly, brick by brick, day by day. The person who can delay gratification, who can work in obscurity, who can wait years for the right opportunity. This person will defeat the talented but impatient every single time. Strategic patience requires three things: vision to see the long-term goal, discipline to resist short-term temptations, and faith that your moment will come. The powerful have all three. Do you? Tactic seventh, adaptability over ideology. And now we arrive at the seventh and final tactic, the one that ensures long-term survival. Adapt to reality. Never demand reality adapt to you. Listen carefully, because this is where most people fail. They fall in love with their plans. They become attached to their strategies. They confuse their beliefs with truth. And when reality contradicts them, they refuse to change. This stubbornness destroys them. The powerful are different. They are pragmatists, not ideologues. They care about what works, not what should work. They change their methods without hesitation when circumstances change. Let me tell you about a tree and a reed. When the storm comes, the mighty tree stands firm, confident in its strength. It refuses to bend. The wind breaks it. But the reed bends with the wind. It survives. When the storm passes, the reed stands again, while the tree lies shattered. Be the reed, not the tree. The world is constantly changing. Technology changes. Culture changes, power structures change. The strategies that worked yesterday may fail tomorrow. The alliances that served you last year may betray you next year. The skills that made you successful may become obsolete. Those who cannot adapt become extinct. Those who can adapt become eternal. Look at the greatest dynasties in history. They lasted not because they were the strongest, but because they were the most adaptable. When the world changed, they changed with it. They adopted new technologies. They formed new alliances. They abandoned old strategies that no longer worked. Look at the fallen empires. They collapsed not because they were weak, but because they were rigid. They clung to old ways in a new world. They refused to evolve, and evolution punished them with extinction. This applies to you personally. How many people do you know who complain that the world has changed, that things are not like they used to be, that the old rules no longer apply? These people are dying even if they are still breathing. The powerful say, the world has changed. Excellent. How can I use these changes to my advantage? They do not resist change, they embrace it. They see opportunity where others see threat. They pivot where others plant their feet. But adaptability requires something difficult. You must be willing to abandon your identity. Most people cannot do this. They say, I am a person who believes this, or I am someone who does things this way. This identity becomes a cage. The powerful think differently. They say, I am someone who wins. I will believe whatever and do whatever leads to winning. Their identity is tied to success, not to specific methods. Does this make them unprincipled? No. It makes them effective. Principles are important, yes, but not when they conflict with survival. Let me give you a final historical example. When I served the Florentine Republic, I believed deeply in republican values. But when the Medici returned to power, did I stubbornly cling to republicanism and lose everything? No. I adapted. I wrote The Prince for the Medici, demonstrating how I could serve them too. Some called this betrayal. I call it survival. You must be like water. Water takes the shape of whatever container holds it. Put it in a cup, it becomes a cup. Put it in a bottle, it becomes a bottle. But it remains water. Its essence does not change, only its form. Be like water in your strategies. Keep your core self, but change your methods constantly. Read the room. Understand the game being played. Adapt your approach to the audience, the situation, the times. The stubborn die. The flexible thrive. This has always been true. This will always be true. So there you have it. The 7 tactics that every powerful person uses. Control the narrative. Build strategic relationships. Give to control. Master your emotions. Use flexible morality. Practice strategic patience. Adapt constantly. These are not the tactics they teach in school. These are not the strategies polite society acknowledges. But they are the truth. And the truth, my friend, does not care about your feelings. Now, you have a choice. You can reject what I have told you. You can cling to your comfortable illusions about how power works. You can continue believing that the world rewards the good and punishes the bad. That is your right. Or you can accept reality. You can acknowledge that these tactics exist whether you like them or not. You can recognize that others are using them against you right now, and you can decide to level the playing field. I am not telling you to become cruel. I am telling you to become conscious. Consciousness is power. Understanding the game is the first step to playing it well. Some will call these tactics manipulative. Good. Manipulation is simply influence with awareness. Everyone influences. The powerful simply do it intentionally. Some will call these tactics immoral. Perhaps. But morality without power is impotent, and power without awareness is dangerous. Better to be powerful and aware than weak and naive. The world belongs to those who understand it, not to those who wish it were different. 500 years ago, I wrote these truths and the world condemned me. They called me evil. They called me corrupt. They called me the teacher of tyranny. But quietly, in private, the powerful read my words. They studied my principles. They applied my tactics. And they won. Because whether you approve of these methods or not, they work. Reality does not care about your approval. So I ask you, will you master the game or will you remain its pawn? The choice has always been yours. If you like our video, please subscribe and share. Thanks.